Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Infestation Survivor Stories. If you're like me, you probably bought this on Steam when it was 90% off for $1.50. I really didn't know anything about the game, kind of went into it. If I had just gone straight into it and started trying to loot stuff, I probably would have died immediately. But because I'm cautious, I decided to wait a little bit um, and talk to people, and I found somebody willing to show me the ropes, but there's really no tutorial in this game, so what I'm going to do is kind of show you guys what I've done, what I've found out, and everything. You can see I've created quite a few different survivors. Here's my unresable hybrid, just made him, haven't spawned him in anywhere. When you start off, you start with a flashlight, some bandages, and a drink, and a granola bar for food. You can see here my global inventory. I'll actually give him some of these things when you first start off, before he goes out into the world, but that seems a little cheap to me. I mean, the only thing I would consider giving him is like a backpack so that he can hold more. His small backpack is pretty crappy, so we'll go ahead give him a teddy bear backpack. You can see that's up the amount of space from 4 extra space in the backpack to 7 extra spaces in the backpack, so that's pretty nice. But we're not going to give him a gun or anything like that. We'll just give him a backpack. And then we will enter into the game. I'm currently playing on a private server. Private servers are better typically because you can see the population is low. The first rule of this game is people will try to kill you. Going into the official servers. That's weird. It's not showing any. That's probably because I have this on. Here it is. Here we go. Here's the official servers. You can see out of 200, there's 182 people on server 1. It's almost maxed out. That means you're going to find people all over the place, and if you're brand new to the game, that means you're going to die. Because no one here is here to help you. They're here to kill you and take what little bit of stuff you have. So you can see here, like, there's a lot of people playing on all these different servers. Really nothing less than 30. But if we go into the private servers, and we show the ones that are unlocked, so here's 18 out of 50. That's the lowest one on that. If you can get into a private server that's locked, like I have been able to do, you can see that a lot of times there's no one on those private servers. And so I'm going to connect onto this private server of a friend of mine's, and I will just kind of show you the controls, because, like I said, when I first started, I did not know what the controls were. So it'll be good to know. I believe it should be daytime here, and we'll find out shortly. It really is quite a fun game. It's normally, I believe, $15. I got it on sale for $1.50, but if I had known about it earlier, I might have bought it earlier for $15, because it's a pretty fun game for its price. You can sink more money into it if you like want to buy game credits and such, but you don't have to. So here you are, spawn into the world with nothing. Basic controls, your WASD is going to be if you're walking and strafing. You're going to move your mouse around to look around. Your right click is going to take you into a zoom, but you actually have to have something like an aim. And your left click is your basic attack. Without anything in your hand, you got nothing here. Just got a group invite. Looks like somebody joined. Oh, looks like there's more people on here than I thought. And so this is a PvE server, so no one's going to kill me. So I figured it'd be a safe place to do the tutorial. And so if you push your Z button, you're going to go prone onto the ground, and you can crawl while you're doing this. This is very helpful if you see people and you don't have anything to kill them with, or if you just want to be nice and not want to kill them, you can get down on your hands and knees and crawl. And your inventory, so when you push the number 2 button, your flashlight comes up. It automatically comes out as on. You can kind of see the light there. That's very bad when playing on PvP, because people will find you, and zombies will see you too, but mostly it's the people you need to be scared of. So the easy way to get rid of that is you just push the F button and it turns the light off. Now you can use the flashlight as a melee weapon. It's better than your fists, so that's good. Here's the map. You can see the yellow people signs on the map is other people. The white arrow sign is the big white like kind of arrow looking thing is you, and it's showing you where you're at and what you're close to and which way you're pointing currently. There's no mini map here, so you just got to use this map to orient yourself and to move around. A lot of this can be travel time, so it's not as fun to walk around, but that's the way this game is set up. Looks like they are doing other maps later, and they might even unlock more map area here for different stuff. It looks like the top left corner has maybe a valley entrance to something there they might release later, but you basically are you're trying to survive. When you're first starting off, the biggest thing for you is food and water and a better melee weapon. Guns aren't as important for you because you're probably not going to have very much ammo, and you're probably not going to be very good. And so a melee weapon, you can't really go wrong with that. Now, something that I didn't find out until later is there's all these missions. You can get experience points with these missions. It really helps out a lot, especially the finds. Find rags. You'll find them somewhere around the world, and you just accept this mission and then pick them up, and then you can drop them off again. There's really no need to hold on to them at the beginning because it's not really something that you want. Eventually, all this stuff can be used for crafting. The rags, the ointments, the duct tape, all that stuff. You can craft different things with it, but it's really not important for you when you're beginning out because it's not going to save your life because it takes a lot of extra stuff. There's these helping hands, and so here it wants you to use some bandage DX on a survivor in need to stop their bleeding. I don't really know how to do it. I tried to do it with painkillers because my friend was in need of some painkillers, and I tried to get close to him and try to use them on him, but it didn't give me an option, so I'm not 100% sure how that one works. Once I figure that one out when I'm playing, I'll let you guys know. But there's these different things to get experience. The find ones are really easy to do, and I'll tell you about experience in a second. There's also these bonus missions to bring guns in. Really, these guns are high value guns, sniper rifles, 3 sniper rifles, and a SIG assault rifle. They want you to put them in these different areas, and you'll get experience for them. But to begin with, if you find one of those guns, you're going to want to hold on to it. Like, there's really no reason to do these ones unless you really absolutely need to. But I highly recommend doing the find ones because you're going to be out looting anyway, so you might as well grab these. And you can accept up to 3 at a time. Once you try to accept more, it'll tell you that you've reached your allotment of missions. And so it's always good, especially when you come down to your last 3, just accept them all, and that works out really nicely. There's a lot of different options here. You have medium here. I mean, these are pretty basic stuff. One thing that I would recommend doing is you have your movements here. There are vehicles in here, and the vehicle acceleration is defaulted to the arrow keys, and the movement and the go backwards, the brake and go backwards. And so I changed them to my WSAD again, like my movement, so I don't have to try to get my hand off the mouse to move the car. It works out really nicely. Other than that, I kept everything the same. When you're pulling up your people, like if you want to know how many people are on the server, you just push the tab button and it pulls up the people on the server. You can see here there's just 2 of us here, and you'll be able to see there's a number associated with each one of these. So if you and a friend get online and you're trying to friend each other, it's not in alphabetical order or anything. I don't really know what it's in, but the number next to it, you can just look at your own number because you're highlighted in red. And you can say I'm number 5, and then your friend can send you the request. To send the request, you would just right click on it and invite to party, but there's not an invite to party because we're already in a party. To get out of any of your menu, you can go escape to get right into your menu and then click on something, or you can hit M to go straight to your map, and then you can hit M again to get out of your map. I will bring up your inventory and close your inventory. I don't know if there's a hotkey for the missions, but there might be. And so that's typically that. We'll explore around a little bit. Let's see here, where are we close to? We'll try to get over to Sleepy Crest there. If you hold your shift key, that's going to be your sprint key. In your bottom left, there's a little red man, a filled red man. That's your health. If it goes down too low, you'll die, and the orange circle around it is going to be your stamina. So you can run as long as you have stamina. A good rule of thumb, especially when you know you're about to enter into a place that's going to have zombies, is to not run your stamina past your feet, because you never know when you're going to need to run and get out of there. You're also going to have the little fork and knife and the drink next to that man, and the white bars that kind of half rotate around to the head. That's your food and water meter for how thirsty and hungry you are. And so that is a good thing to watch to make sure you don't run out of food and water and starve. When you do spawn in, you'll start with a little bit of water and food and some bandages and the flashlight, but if you do die, you start with nothing. So you'll either need to have stuff in global inventory to use, or you will have to quickly find something. So you can see here, I'm starting to breathe heavy. It's because my stamina's almost out. It's kind of an audio reminder that, hey, you're running and your stamina's almost out. And so we're getting pretty close to Sleepy Crest here, so we'll just keep going. And your top right corner, there's a little picture of a man with a circle around him. That is your noise meter, basically. It's only useful with zombies. For people, you're not going to get a warning, but for zombies, that'll turn orange and red if they're hearing you and they're getting too close. And so that's a good thing to keep an eye on, just in case. I would say you should always keep your eye on it, personally. But that's just me. You can take fall damage, so be careful where you're walking. This is getting a little steep. I'm thinking it might make me fall. So I'm going to try to find a little bit less steep area. I think I might be able to safely walk down this. Oh, I slipped a little bit, so I probably wouldn't be able to get back up that, but I can walk down it pretty safely. So let's check our map here again. Sleepy Crest should be like over the top of this next mountain area. You can zoom in with this and move it around. And so you can see there's a mountain right under the crest thing. If I go around to the left side of that, I should be able to see Sleepy Crest pretty easily. The lines, it's kind of like a topical graph, so if you can read maps as far as what these means, there's going to be hills, or if there's no lines in the area, it means it's pretty flat. So Rocky Ford, if you see that there on the road, all around it's pretty flat. So that's a little city there. The things with the red circles around them, Castle Pine Settlement here to the bottom right of this map, that is an actual settlement where there's no zombies. There's a couple of NPCs in there. That's the only way you can access your global inventory after you've spawned into the world. And so if you have full backpacks and you want to drop stuff off into your global inventory so that you can go out and get more, you have to go to one of these red circle areas. If you are in a PvP map, it's not very safe to go to them because a lot of people like to camp outside of them, waiting for people with a lot of stuff to come back into the settlement to send them into the vault. And so you got to be careful while approaching them. One trick that you can do is you'll know you're in the settlement when your little red guy down in the bottom left, once he has a shield in front of him, you're inside the settlement boundary, so you can't get hurt anymore. And once you get inside of it, you can actually log out, and your player will have access to their global inventory. You don't have to actually go to the vault person to do it. And so it's a nice little trick to where you don't have to go all the way into the settlement. The only reason you want to go all the way into the settlement would be to get to buy stuff at the store. And the only way you're going to buy stuff is to get cash, and I believe the only way you get cash is by killing zombies. It'll randomly drop cash. It's always good to pick up that cash because oftentimes it's just a little bit of cash, but sometimes I've heard, I haven't seen yet, you can drop like quite a few thousand in cash. And so if you can, always pick it up. If you have to run, you have to run. I mean, it's one of those things. It's better to survive than to get the money, because the stuff that you're going to be able to buy at the store, I mean, it's good stuff, but it's not necessary. You can find all that stuff out in the world. So my stamina's down by my feet. I know I'm getting close to Sleepy Crest because there's the hill that we saw on the map, so I'm not going to keep sprinting. I'm going to slow down here. Now you spawn in third person mode, like you see you can zoom in with the flashlight. I don't really know why, but you can. And there's Sleepy Crest. But if you push C, you'll go into first person mode. First person mode is probably the best one as far as killing zombies with your melee weapon, because it's easier to hit them with. So you can see here, there's some zombies walking around there. It looks like that one's a little glitched and it's kind of floating. There's quite a few zombies here, so I don't know if I'm actually going to fight here or not. With this guy not having anything, it may not be worth my life. But I will show you a trick here if I can get to it. A quick, easy way to deal with zombies, to where you don't have to worry about your health. Now zombies can hear you, so if you get too close, we'll be able to see the different meters of detection in the top left. So let me get around here to where it's a little bit safer. Safer entrance. See, there's a zombie over there. There's two of them there. I'd take that one out for you guys. But when I don't have a very good weapon, the flashlight doesn't work very well. You're gonna die pretty quickly. Alright, I should have a clear shot to this trick here for you guys. You can see there's some zombies there. They're walking around. You can see those sandbags. So what you want to do, you can see my color just turned red, so they can detect me. They see me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump up on these sandbags. And now the zombies can't get you. But you can see you want to aim a little above their head. Hitting their body is not going to do anything. You want to aim a little above their head, and you'll just keep hitting them. Flashlight's not very good, so you can see it's taking forever to kill them. But it's at no fear of me dying, which is the important part. So I'm going to stay up here, and I'm going to run over here. Let's see if we can find something. This is a little military camp, so they might have some stuff here for me. Look on the roof here, nothing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to attract them, so I'm going to run. Probably attract them. Good. Excellent. Okay, there's a lot of zombies out there. I'm not really seeing much as far as loot goes. Might be something inside these tents. Kinda want to show you what loot looks like, so you know. Okay, here's some loot. You can see it outlines with blue. You hold E and you pick it up. That's antibiotics. That's good because it's a health. this in here. The more people that are on the server, like in the same area, the more loot that will spawn. So I mean, that's the plus to having more people around. But the minus is there's more people around. Not necessarily a good thing. Sometimes stuff will spawn in the back of the trucks. Yeah, zombie saw me, so I'm going to run back over to the barricade. First-person mode. I mean, I could probably take him without this barricade, but it's better safe than sorry in this game. You can see it's red when the zombie is on you. There's no circle anymore. If you've noticed, I'm getting experience for killing these zombies. Okay, there's another zombie here somewhere. I wanted to get over to this helmet. I automatically put the helmet on. Good. And you can pretty much climb on anything that you can get up to. You can see I'm up on these things. Like, it's really not that... I mean, it's not that great. You can't really do anything up here. You can get a good vantage point and maybe see if there's anything that spawned loot-wise. Nothing. Alright, so, I mean, those are the basic things. And as you can see, zombies aren't too terribly hard to deal with if you're cautious. If you're not being very cautious, like, they will kill you really quickly. And you can see here, just that little bit, my food and water meter's kind of gone down a little bit. And so that's not good. So I'm going to show you what experience is used for. Whenever you disconnect, it always gives you a 10-second countdown, so you've got to just wait. So if you're being attacked and you're trying to disconnect without it, you'll probably get killed. Like, there's no real easy way to pull the plug in order to unlock it. It'll still you'll still be there for 10 seconds. So you can see here there's no vault around, so I can't get into my inventory. These are the couple things I've picked up. Some antibiotics. And my M9 helmet that's black. Now here's your skill tree. These are the different skills that you can acquire through experience. It doesn't really tell you what experience you have until you click on one. And the green is going to be how much you have, so I have 50 experience, and I got that from just killing those zombies, so I killed 10 zombies because they're each worth 5 experience. And so these first tier area are worth 100 each. This handyman tier hasn't been unlocked yet, and also this weapon degradation tier hasn't been unlocked, but you can go through and read all these different things here. It will show you what you want. Personally, what I find the most useful is to get the close combat 1 as fast as possible, get the health and the stamina increase, and then I would say go into the survival one to do the hunger less, healing more effective, and your footsteps quieter. After you get to that, I would go back to the physical tree, because there's some good stuff here. You're going to be traveling a lot, so the next good thing after the strong like bull, which makes things lighter so you can carry more, which isn't useful unless you have a big backpack and you're carrying around a lot of guns. Because the guns are more heavy, you have a weight limit and also a slot limit, so you can only carry so much. But then you'll get faster stamina regeneration, increased stamina again another faster, and then at the very end you will get higher health again. So I mean, if you're not so much worried about people, or you are worried about people, I still say the physical tree is probably the best one to max out first, because this on target, the weapon spread, you're only going to use that if you're using an automatic weapon. If you're smart in PvP, you're not just blindly shooting, and you're not holding down an automatic weapon, you're shooting it in bursts yourself, which you're managing your weapon spread manually instead of it just doing it automatically. I mean, it is good to get to these higher attack ones, but you have to go through a lot to get to the third one, which is a lot of experience. And so I would say get your first basic attack, because it's only 100, get the health and stamina, get all the way to quieter footsteps so that when you're walking around looting, the zombies can't hear you as well, and then go all the way up through the physical one as high as you can is my next recommendation. I mean, going through the survival one's really good. You can get a lot of good stuff here. You can have less food and water damage when you're out of food and water, when you're starving basically. Less fall damage, but if you're smart you're not going to be falling anyway. Here's the hunger one again, the medical one again, the damage one again, the falling one again, the medical one again, and then you finally, after all that, you get down to these ones, which hardened you just take less damage overall, and then Walker Stalker, your detection radius is lowered around zombies so they can't detect you as easily, and so that's really good to get, but that's quite a bit of experience to have to get before you can actually get to it, and I think the physical one is going to serve you better to start off. And so me and my friend are actually going to be doing some Let's Plays on this, so here's just my basic tutorial on what I've learned from the little bit of time that I've played. And so I'm going to end it here, and everything I've showed you is pretty much everything I know. As I learn more, I'll probably talk about it through our Let's Play with my friend. We'll be doing a co-op here. We'll probably start on the private server and just kind of get a little bit better at killing zombies, because zombies, once you learn how to kill the zombies, then I think it's time to turn over to killing people, because instead of having to loot yourself, you can kill them and get their loot. And it's very heavy PvP, so everyone's going to try to kill you. So if you have a friend that likes the game as well, it's definitely good to go together. People will think twice while attacking a group. I was with a group of 4 on a PvP server. We heard some people walking around, but no one ever actually attacked us because they saw how many of this there were, and they knew they would probably die even if they killed 1 or 2 of us. And so the more people you have, the better. So if you have friends, get them involved in the game as well, and survive together instead of alone. But thank you guys all for watching this, and I will see you guys next time.